Hello, hello. Welcome to Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful and recovered wife, Karradyne.
I would not say recovered. I still sound like what is it? I came off of a bender at Chili's. What the fuck is
18 beer bender at Chili's.
I was so offended by that.
It was
so
very
offended.
funny. That was a comment from Will last week.
Email I read sounding like I came off of 18 beers at Chili's.
Chili's, yes.
Not
Chili's.
Applebee's, because Applebee's is closed now.
No.
Our Applebee's is closed.
Hey. We have a guest.
We do.
You want to introduce the guest?
We have Carmen again. Yay!
Carmen is back on the show.
Hello.
How are you doing, Carmen?
I'm doing good. I'm ready.
Good. Before we start, Karradyne has to apologize.
Oh my God. Okay. So of course, after I fucking ragged on Ashley Judd and how banged up she's looking these days, Burger Champ had to let us know that she was in a really bad accident and almost died. I shouldn't be laughing, but so I feel bad after saying all the terrible things that I said. Ashley Judd will never hear this podcast, but in some other universe where she might, I am sorry, Ashley Judd, for making fun of your banged up face. Yep. I'm a terrible person.
Me too, because I did say that she looked like a swollen ham.
Well, to be fair, we had no idea. Yeah, we gotta be more careful about the things that we say. Maybe. That's a big maybe.
You know, all the stupid and wrong shit that I say and people correct me every time the episodes come out.
All
I'm
that,
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, never. We would be like one of those posts that gets removed on Facebook for fact checking.
That's true.
Yeah.
We would be
nobody needs to fact check us.
We would be the
real bad.
COVID vaccine causes 5G posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, how's a little bit of non-housekeeping at the top of the episode? Patreon, $2 a month. We're still stuck on Star Wars on Patreon, and we're gonna stay stuck on Star Wars on Patreon. We're also rolling out something kind of different sometime soon. Maybe this week if I have some free time to do it.
You need to just only say sometime, because every time you say sometime soon, maybe this week, it's like in 3 months.
No, but there's more Star Wars.
We're supposed to record this episode in April.
What?
This episode that we're doing right now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, tell your friends about the show, share it, send us an email on anovelconsole@gmail.com. Give us a review everywhere that you can leave a review, and that's pretty much it. So, Carmen, what have you been playing and reading recently?
Let's see. I have kind of been in a little bit of a lull. I was reading Lord of the Rings.
Sweet.
And then I'm on Return of the King. I read Sylvanas. I started Little Women, and I absolutely hate it. I'm so sorry.
It's really depressing.
It's so slow.
That too, yeah.
I was like, our book we're gonna talk about was really slow.
Yeah, to say the least.
Game wise, I'm gonna get a lot of crap for this, but my husband and I have been playing a lot of modded Minecraft.
What a nerd.
I know. It's called Vault Hunters. So you just go in and into vaults and try to collect artifacts, and it's very different take on Minecraft. Like, it's completely modded. It's kind of cool.
That sounds like something people would get into, but not me.
Never you.
No, because
not your thing.
I can't stand sitting and playing on a PC.
No.
I have to be sprawled out on the couch with a dog on top of me to be comfortable.
I appreciate that about you, not being a PC gamer. Got a bad taste in my mouth about those. No offense to Carmen and Will. But...
well, I'm an Xbox person. Like, sorry, I'm very much Xbox. So when I was transitioning to a PC, I only played WoW. And then when I started playing different games, I had to make sure that the game was compatible with an Xbox controller. That's the only way I would start playing.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have slowly started using keyboard.
Oh, wow. See, that's the thing. I can't use keyboard. I have to use a controller. Otherwise, I can't enjoy it. It's just the console A
I
50
can't do any
console
of
right
it.
now.
I don't like any of it. I hate it all. Keep it away. I love you. I do want to play the Harry Potter game, but she's canceled. So can I talk about it on a whole podcast episode? I don't know. I don't
Probably.
know. Maybe.
Probably because
Yeah.
our listeners don't give a fuck.
That's true. We have such a small little group of loyal friends. If we had a huge listenership, I think we should avoid it.
No.
But we don't.
No.
So
No.
we're fine.
One of the podcasts I listened to has a massive following, and they were making fun of Ukraine. So yeah, and they're not canceled or anything. I'm listening to it. I'm like, yeah, this is wrong. They shouldn't be doing this.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Well, J.K. Rowling, she's gonna be rich no matter what you do. She's already a millionaire. You can't cancel her.
That's my thing.
She's still gonna be rich.
But the thing is that especially it's Bookstagram. It's literally just Bookstagram. It's not TikTok. It's not regular Instagram. It's literally nothing but Bookstagram from at least my perspective. Okay, and some of Twitter that is actually canceled her, but it's like the people that are still talking about Harry Potter that are getting canceled more than her, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's harming the creators that still care about Harry Potter more than it is her. It's never going to harm her. Never.
No.
Like the woman, we have a fucking theme park dedicated to her. Like,
and it's always packed.
Exactly. And I bet you that some of those keyboard warriors who are out there canceling everybody who's like, I still like Harry Potter, are some of those people going and double fisting fucking butterbeers. I bet you money.
So gross.
Okay, sorry. I get really mad about it.
Hey, you know
sometimes.
what should be canceled?
What?
The Resident Evil 4 remake that they announced this week.
I saw that.
How do you feel about that?
It's hard because I've sat down to try to replay the original, and I don't get past the first area. I know you can.
He's replaying it right now.
No, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah,
Oops.
I was replaying it and finished it and started it again.
When did you finish it?
The same night.
Oh my god!
That I was playing it the other day.
I can't with you.
The last night you walked into this room and I was sitting on the couch playing is the night that I finished it again for like the millionth time. That game is perfect. It doesn't need a remake.
Remakes are inevitable these days.
Mm-hmm. It's nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Our generation's all about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get that the game is almost 20 years old, but still, it's incredibly replayable. It's so good. It's so cheesy and badly acted. Not as bad as the original Resident Evil, but still, it's so freaking good. Now, you know what I hope is good, Karradyne?
What?
She-Hulk.
I hope so too. It looks like it could go either way. It looks like it could be really corny because she is CGI'd as fuck.
Well, so is Bruce Banner.
I know, but she looks more CGI'd than he does, I think.
And,
or maybe it's because he's such a familiar face at this point and he's so adorable.
I love Mark.
I know. Ever since 13 going on 30.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Oh, Mark. He's so cute.
We love him.
He's just like the perfect good boy. I don't know. He's so sweet.
He's the perfect good boy.
He's a good boy.
Come here, Mark. Come here, Mark.
No. Yeah, no. I hope it'll be good. I hope. I'm more pumped for Thor than anything else right now in terms of Marvel stuff. I want to see Thor so bad.
Carmen, how do you feel about She-Hulk? Did you see the trailer?
No.
No.
I was like,
it looks decent.
I don't know. I'm not really into the Marvel world. I know. Shoot me.
Well, there's going to be a lot of Mark in this show because Hulk is She-Hulk's cousin. So
yeah, and he's in the trailer, so he'll be there.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll watch it because I love Ruffalo, but I'm just not there.
So Burger Champ and I are very excited about She-Hulk because
you're horny for her.
Pretty much. So, we're just gonna watch it because of giant green woman.
Who can smash you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I like to be the little spoon sometimes.
to a large green woman
Yes.
who could crush you.
Yes.
Have fun with that.
But I wonder if she's as powerful as the new Rings of Power images.
Oh God. So
Transition was
Amazon
great.
released new images this week, and I'm gonna send them to both of you in case you haven't seen them.
Okay.
But I really don't know how to feel. I am very concerned. Okay.
Where are you
I'm
sending
sending
this?
them to you on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Because okay, so these people are the Harfoots, which are like the ancestors of hobbits, okay? And they just look really dirty, and their feet look like disfigured.
Okay, so their feet look like regular feet with hands attached to them.
I know. The prosthetics are so bad, especially that one on the far left. It literally looks like they just have a prosthetic glued like at their toe line. I bet Sean Astin shit his pants looking at these feet. Like, those feet were a nuisance, but they looked a hell of a lot better than this.
Right.
See, these people look like they escaped from Burning Man. They were inside the Burning Man.
I mean,
not the festival itself.
His hair is just, it looks like a sheepoo went in for a grooming after being homeless for its whole life.
Oh.
It's so bad. They're just, God, I don't know. I'm
Jesus
really
Christ,
worried.
This is awful.
I'm so worried. And they make Galadriel look like, let me send you this one too.
Oh boy.
Galadriel looks a little too masculine for my liking. I'm not a fan.
In a million years, I would never say that's Galadriel.
Right? She's just so ethereal and just perfection, and that doesn't give me Galadriel vibes at all. She has no glow. She's dirty.
I mean, they should have.
And she's manspreading.
She
is.
They should have just taken Natalie Dornher and given her this role. If she's
I don't think she would have been a good choice either.
Well, neither is this person.
Oh God. And we're not even going to talk about the dwarf women without beards, because they released another image of her too. It's just
of a dwarf woman.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Here we go. I sent that one. It's the same woman that they showed in the first set of images with no beard, but I don't know.
I honestly, when we originally saw these, I did not think she was a dwarf.
Right? I figured she was like, I don't know, someone fancy and royalish, but I did not think dwarf when I first saw her.
I mean, if you say she's a dwarf, you can maybe pin it by the locks on her hair, because they're kind of like braided like dwarf braids.
But she ain't got no beard.
She ain't got no beard. Wow, this show is gonna be a fucking train wreck, and I'm kind of happy about it.
I do think it might be a train wreck, but I'm still gonna watch all of it.
You're still taking the day off to watch it?
Yeah. Well, it's only, I think they're only releasing like the first 2 episodes that first day. I don't remember if they've said, but I'm just ready for a fucking trailer. We're only 88 days away from this shit, and we still don't have a trailer really. We have the teaser, but there's no real trailer.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm worried.
You're worried.
I'm worried.
What about you, Carmen? How do you feel about this?
I'm a little iffy on it because the originals are so good, but the originals left out some characters that I would love to see.
Tom Bombadil.
Thank you. If they even have a slight nod to Tom, I would be like, this is it, y'all. Finally.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But we'll see. We'll see. I know those Wheel of Time people are pretty pissed because it was such a loose interpretation of those books.
Well, it might be the same. It might be a very loose interpretation.
A very loose interpretation. We'll see. I just wish Peter Jackson were in charge of it. I'd have so much more faith in it
Right.
if he were in charge of it. They released a new article today, I think, basically saying that they had to look back and at Peter Jackson's work because he got so much of it right. And I'm like, excuse me, he got literally everything right in Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King. The only thing he fucked up on was the Hobbit movies.
Oh.
And it was just because there was too much CGI and he stretched it too thin.
Yeah,
too thin.
the pale orc should not have been.
Oh, Azog the Defiler.
Yes, he should have had like maybe a scene, not half the movies.
He could have been at the end in the battle, but he was not a prevalent character
in The Hobbit.
No. And Tauriel didn't exist.
Yeah. Did Keeley exist?
Yes. Yeah.
How do I remember his name? I've only watched those movies once.
Yeah. How did you remember it's Keeley and not Feely? I saw a thread.
How do I remember it's Keeley and not Killick?
Oh my gosh. I saw a thread the other day on Facebook, and somebody had posted a picture of the screenshots of Tauriel saying, why does it hurt so much? And Thranduil's like, because it was real. And I love that movie, that moment in the movie, but I can also acknowledge that it didn't happen. And somebody commented and said she was my favorite character in the books. People lit into her so hard. And I'm pretty sure they were serious. I don't think it was a joke. So being in that panel for MegaCon, they did trivia beforehand. I don't know if I mentioned this when I briefly talked about meeting them, but they did trivia, and I did pretty well in the trivia. I think I would have placed higher if I'd clicked fast enough, because part of it was based not only on your accuracy, but how quickly you tap the answers. But I was sitting next to some girls that quite obviously had not read the books as many times as they were claiming to have done. They couldn't remember Gollum's name. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Even if you haven't read the books, Frodo calls him Smeagol through most of the 2 movies that he's in. What the hell? Frodo refuses to call him Gollum anymore after he starts leading them along the way.
Why how do you not know?
Right. And then one of them, so another question was, who was Gimli's father? And obviously it's Gloin. But one of the answers was Groin, and they both were trying to be fast. They both clicked Groin. I died. Oh, no. They were so mad at themselves.
See, maybe those
That's
girls.
Kind of amazing, though.
Right?
Maybe those girls went into the panel because they wanted to see Bob from Stranger Things. They wanted to see Wilfred from FX.
I don't know.
Wilfred.
One of them was dressed up as an elf.
One of them wanted to see whatever Billy Boyd's been in, and the other one wanted to see whatever Dominic Monaghan's X-Men character is.
X-Men?
Yeah, he was an X-Men, the one with Will.i.am. Will.i.am's wearing a cowboy hat the whole movie.
What? Which one is that?
It's one of the I think it's the first Wolverine movie.
Oh, I haven't seen
the
it.
one where Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool for the first time.
With his lips sewn shut?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen it? It's so bad.
No, they wanted to see his character from Lost.
No.
That's what they wanted to see. Or his very minor character in Star Wars.
I think they're there for Billy Boyd's musical abilities.
He's so fucking cute. There was they had sign language interpreters the whole time, and he was sitting closest to the interpreters, and he just watched them the whole time. He's just like, this is amazing. He's adorable.
It's hard not to watch them because they're so animated. Like, of course, they need to be, but it's so hard not to watch them.
It's impressive.
Yes. It's so and fast.
God, it looks so exhausting. Like, they kept swapping out between these 2 women to give them a break. I'm like, God, y'all are amazing.
That sign language interpreters make a lot of money.
I can imagine. It looks like really hard work.
When I was in truck school, we had a deaf guy that was taking the courses too, and he had an interpreter. And for that particular job, she was making about $26 an hour.
Oh, shit.
Just to sit there the whole day and sign to him.
That's awesome.
Right? But she also told us that sometimes she would get sent to court for facilitating for deaf people, and those paid $45 to $56 an hour.
Shit.
And court hearings can be long.
Yeah. Think about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
That could be a lot of money. Can we at least not talk about those two dickheads?
I guess.
Fucking twat muffins. They're useless pieces of shit.
Rather entertaining, though.
No, they're garbage, both of them. I've been listening a lot to music from my early 20s while I'm at work, right? So I'm listening to whatever I used to listen back then, which probably was a lot of EDM. And today I decided to listen to Pendulum's In Silico album, which is the one that I told you, hey, listen to the song, Karradyne. And you're like, I don't like it. I told you it's the same people from Knife Party. And you're like, oh, it's okay. It's
different.
Yeah, it's different because it's drum and bass. It's not EDM.
It's not as good.
It's better.
No.
Anyway, this album is amazing. I forgot how many good songs this album has. It has such a different range of types of music in it, all obviously drum and bass derived, because it has jungle and all that shit. And the way that they transition a song that starts out very mellow and then it just goes into full complete drum and bass insanity is just so well and masterfully done. I wish that Pendulum can come back and make another album like this, but they never will because they're way too successful with Knife Party.
Knife Party is better.
People don't always know what's good. Carmen, do you listen to EDM at all?
No. I feel like I have nothing but no's today, but
oh, it's okay. That's okay. We got some no's too.
Do we?
Yeah. I bet y'all gonna say fucking no to this sex toy. I am so proud of myself. Okay. So basically, Chris had a really bad day at work and he knew he was not going to have time to find this week's sex toy. And I guess we didn't have any suggestions to go off of.
No, we have. I just don't want to exhaust them all.
Okay. So he told me this morning, he gave me my task to find this week's sex toy. I was like, the torch has finally been passed to me. I'm not going to let you down. No, this is going to be my time to shine.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm going to let you down.
No. Let me look up here what I told you. I said, I need you to get this week's sex toy. I won't be able to find one. Just get something weird and awful and show it to us on the show. He said, oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. Okay means I have no idea what I'm doing. Please don't make me do this.
But that's okay because I immediately went to Google and found something amazing after doing some rather exhausting research because it was not as easy to find as one might think.
You messaged me like 5 minutes later, found the perfect one.
It took a long time. 5 whole minutes on the internet. That's a long time.
Especially looking at toys.
I'm gonna look at exactly how long it took you. Took me, not you. Let's see.
It was like 5 minutes. You're telling me it wasn't? I know.
No, excuse you. It was 28 minutes.
Whatever.
28 minutes.
In weekend time, that's 5 minutes.
No.
Yes, because it's the weekend.
Oh my God. It's 5 minutes. Okay. So you got to send the link to Carmen.
Okay. Let me see here. It's on intro topics. Oh God. I already kind of don't like where this is going.
You're going to hate it so much.
Okay. So here's the chat and there
this whole website. Okay, I want to preface this website. Okay, so I found this company makes these sex toys because they wanted sex toys to be cute and something that you could use as like home decor and no one would ever notice. Something that you could put on your nightstand on display and it would still look cute.
Oh boy.
I was scared this was going to be a kid's toy. Please don't do this to me.
What the fuck is that? Is that a plumbus from Rick and Morty?
Okay. You know what? I know how this works.
It's supposed to be like Kirby. It even has like 2 little ovals that are like his eyes. But okay, if you scroll down, there are videos that show you how this bitch works.
It does look like Kirby. It is. Jellyfish sucking, licking vibrator. Wow, it does look like Kirby, and it even has like the suction, whatever thingy from Kirby.
His whoop 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 suction thingy. That's what sucks around the car. There's some super powerful suction for your lady bits.
for your lady bits.
Yeah,
And your
but you should
nipples.
look at and your nipples. It definitely talks about using it on your nipples, the little licking part.
It's tiny.
It is
Uh,
tiny. It's
it's-
supposed to look
Oh.
cute.
Have
It
y'all
is
seen
very-
it? Have you seen it doing the Jello yet? Please tell me you've
Yes,
seen
that's
it.
what I'm telling him to go down to the videos. You have to look at the videos. There's a video of it sucking Jello and then licking in a pool of water. But look at how strong those little tongues are in the next video.
Oh my God.
Look at how strong the tongues are. Look at that shit. Tongue licking, strong suck.
Wow.
Okay, but now you need to take a tour around the rest of this website, because so I didn't want to lose the link, so I sent it to Marla, who I've mentioned many a time on the show. So she perused this website and she's like, I hate everything about this. Okay, if you go up to the search bar and just type in cow, please,
Okay.
and then
Oh.
yep, just cow.
Cow. Okay.
Okay, go to that thing.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
it's even got udders.
Where are the others?
The pink thing.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, but it gets better. It gets better. So if you'll scroll down, it says take off the cow collar. Implied to break free from fetters. Girls can tie their hair. Men can be used to lock sperm ring. So basically, the cow's collar on this sucking vibrator can be used to tie your hair back or as a cock ring.
Please
Because
stop.
you would
Please.
want to use your sex toy as a hair tie. Yes,
I don't-
please.
I don't like that they use an image, a GIF of Squirtle with his tongue out.
There are some really unique things on here. There's like an ice cream cone vibrator thing. There are ones that are shaped
Squirtle
like
with a tongue out.
bananas. Oh, the udders literally fuck
Rotate.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's lovely.
Wow.
I think Kirby's tongues would probably work better than those udders.
this website. Wow. You really outdid yourself with this one.
Thank
Karen.
you. I was so proud when I found this place. There's like a banana dildo with a peel and everything.
Yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah. So, and the Pokeball. The Pokeball.
Okay. Here's the Pokeball.
Yeah. It doesn't look that exciting,
No.
but it is a Pokeball.
What the hell?
Yeah. So
It-
all these beautiful sex toys you can put on display in your lovely home.
Yeah, this one kind of looks like a vacuum cleaner. The other one looks like a lamp. The one that looks like Kirby. I don't know if this penis banana, because this is a literal penis banana, not like the other one, which is a banana that vibrates. There's a seahorse. There's rubber duckies.
Yep, rubber duckies. Because why wouldn't you want to use a rubber ducky on your vajayjay?
Wow, this
The ice cream cone really weirded me out. There's what?
The cat paw weirds me out.
Oh yeah, the cat paws that like sit on your fingers to be little finger vibrators.
okay. So let me say something about this ice cream cone one, because this I find this really funny. There's like all the obviously use it on your nipples or on your vagina thing, but then right underneath it, there's like this girl standing backwards and a giant fucking ice cream cone being rubbed all over her back. I find that shit so
So
funny.
she's using it as a back massager.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is exactly what it is. It's nothing else. Where are the cat paws?
Let me see here. They should be under vibrators.
What's it called? Cat paw
Fingertip
vibe.
vibrators. Yes. Here we go.
Oh God. Oh, they're tiny.
They're very tiny. They literally slide onto your finger like a finger glove. Yep. Fingertip wear body massage.
Wow.
Yep.
You really outdid yourself.
Thank
Karen.
you.
did
I was
great.
really, really proud. Like you wouldn't believe.
Wow. I really like the Kirby
Oh,
one.
there's a whale. That
There's-
poor whale. Ew. And they do like have it on display in a home, like under a boat model thing. I think about Grace and Frankie and Robert with all of his boats and like just sitting this in front of one of his little boats.
Did you see the masturbator cup for men 3-pack baby bottle?
I totally forgot about the masturbator cup. Okay,
What?
so if you go to the main menu,
Okay.
There's like bullet vibrator, regular the blast option is like masturbator cup. Yes. So they're little like silicone baby bottles that you slip over your penis. But please scroll down and look at all of the enticing images they use to convince you to buy this of all the booties. Like imagine yourself sitting on the beach and then masturbating into this baby bottle. All these beach booties are here for you. Yep. It's a lot.
It's so tiny. Wow.
I'm so proud of myself.
4.5 centimeters and 7 centimeters. What? Oh, God.
There's excited, slow, and soft.
And you can just look at the little box and see those little asses. They'll get you off into that baby bottle.
I mean, thick anime butts and thighs are great, but I don't think you want to be doing this on the beach.
With a baby bottle.
I mean, it gets filled with babies.
Oh God. Yeah, this was a really fun adventure at 10 o'clock this morning.
This is amazing.
Right?
This is great.
They're not cheap though, I feel like, for what they are.
Well, the Kirby one is like $80.
Yeah. It's a tiny little bitch, but I mean, you saw those videos, how powerful that little sucker seems to be. So, I mean, you know.
I would buy the Kirby one just to throw it on the floor and make it chase Luna.
Oh my gosh, that's evil. She'd be so scared of it.
She'd be terrified. All right, so we have books and games to talk about. So
we do? Are you sure?
Yes.
We can't look at this website all day long?
No, because I already looked at everything and I'm bored of it. All right. So are we ready for book talk?
We are.
All right. So this is book talk.
This week's book is Rebel Angels by Libba Bray. It was published way back on December 26, 2006 by Ember. I looked up Ember and I don't think Ember exists anymore, but I think it was an imprint of Simon and Schuster. I think. I'm not 100% positive. But either way, I think these books have now like migrated over to Simon and Schuster. So this is the second book in the Jim Doyle trilogy that Carmen and I reviewed way back a million years ago at the beginning of 2022. I think that was back in January or February that we did that episode. It was a hot minute ago.
It was in March.
It was in March?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
March 14th.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. Ignore me. Felt like a really, really long time ago. And I hope Carmen is game, but I've decided I got to wait till the fucking end of the year to read that last book because I am over it. I don't want. I can't keep reading these books right now. I need a break. I need a big long break.
Oh no, I agree. This one, I was like, this one kind of ended in a good spot. I don't know if I have an urge yet.
Yeah. What is it? Do they call it middle book syndrome? Just like middle child syndrome? I know there's something about like a middle book slump, stuff like that. Yeah, this book definitely fell into that category for me. Because so like when we decided that we were going to read these, I told my friend Erin, hey, have you ever read these? They were amazing. I loved them so much. They were all I thought about. And she's like, yeah, but they were really boring. Like nothing happened. They were just at school. And then last 50 pages, boom, something finally happens. And while I felt like that thought process did sort of apply to the first book, it was still like a new enough world that it's still pretty exciting up until you get to the end. Because obviously we both rated it really highly. But then this one, oh my god, it was boring as fuck.
I skimmed.
As fuck. Same. I got to the point where I just read the dialogue. I was like, I already know what happens.
Same.
So, yeah, I think I read like going strong till like halfway through. And I was like, nope, I need this to be over faster because I'd been reading it for like a month and a half. And I was only halfway through. Like, I can't keep doing this. This is awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's I was like, being in my slump, this book really didn't help.
Oh no.
Because I was like, okay, I came off Little Women and I was like, this is just not great. And then I read Sylvanas, which I read in a day and I loved it. But then I got to this one and I was like, this is so boring. And Felicity
So boring.
annoys the mess out of me.
And we also came back to that same problem that we both had with the first one.
That
or at
they
least
killed the gypsy child and with the promises of a rowdy, dirty doll. I am never going to forget that. That shit is horrible.
It's really bad. No, instead, we allude to child molestation and rape and brush it under the rug. Brush it right up under that fucking rug. Yeah.
Let's get all these nasty tropes. Let's let's get all these taboo things, these awful things, and then we're just gonna have them talked about for a second and then never again. It's gone.
Exactly. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen. Just push it away. It's okay.
Did the body shaming stop?
No, it will never stop. Nor will we stop mentioning the cutting, even if it is only once or twice in this one. It wasn't brought up as much. But no, we're still shaming bodies, still brushing everything under the rug. And there's lots and lots of drug use. Yeah. Laudanum? Laudanum? Yeah.
I thought it was opiums.
Well, wasn't it laudanum that led to the opium dens?
Yes.
Because they took his laudanum away and then he found the opium dens and he was just like sprawled out and living his best life.
Yeah. Yep. Because he was like, he started with alcohol and then like Gemma healed his addiction to alcohol, which just transitioned to another addiction.
Yep. Super fun. Oh, and this one we get to harass a poor insane asylum patient.
Oh, poor Neil. Neil
Hawkins, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. We get to go to the mental hospital quite a bit, and
she was safe being a loony bin person. She was so safe.
But we had to go disrupt her poor little life.
Yep.
Yeah. And I forgot, I didn't remember that like one of the big reveals was at the end of this book. For some reason I thought that it was in the last book, the Sweet Far thing. But it was this one, and I was even like starting to question whether or not I was misremembering who the big bad was.
Right.
Because she does do a fairly good job of
weaving.
Yeah, exactly. You think it's someone and turns out to be the one she trusted. And so that's like the only saving grace in this book, like that big bang reveal at the end. Yeah. Because it's just a whole bunch of fucking nothing till then.
Yep. I think it's the last 5 chapters, maybe the last maybe 50 pages is where it gets real good. And then everything else of the 500 other fucking pages were just, I'm going to go to this party. Oh, I'm going to do this social thing. It's just so bad.
We're going to pretend that Anne is descended from royalty and it's going to backfire and then it's going to be fine and then it's going to backfire. Like that was the main plot of this damn book, whether or not Anne's cover was going to be blown. It's a lot. Yeah. But and another thing I just remembered in terms of the things that are being brushed up under the rug, granted, I was skimming, but I'm pretty sure Gemma gets sexually assaulted too by her new beau.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We're forgetting about that too.
Yeah. Let's talk about, hey, I'm going to take you into this room with your friends and give you absinthe and then send you away and then get you alone and start kissing you while I can tell you're freaking out.
I'm going to drug you.
Yep.
And then I'm going to push myself onto you and it's going to be fine.
Yep. And then she screams her head off, which still does not deter him. Like he still comes back. It's just insane. Like obviously he didn't think her screaming at him could have deterred him from getting some.
There's a lot of problems.
Well, opium is a depressant drug, which means it slows down the messages traveling between your brain and body, The opium poppy, from which opium is derived, is one of the earliest plants of which there is recorded medicinal use. Evidence of opium cultivation by the Sumerian people dates to 3400 BCE, although
Damn.
some scholars believe opium use predates Sumerian culture. Opium poppy pods hold a milky substance called latex that contains a number of chemicals, including morphine and codeine.
Oh shit.
Latex is extracted from the opium pods and dried to create opium. Typically, it is further refined by boiling and drying again. What the fuck? Who wrote that?
I don't know. Someone on the internet.
Yeah, so slang names: Auntie Emma, Big O, Black Pill, Chandu, Chinese molasses, Dopium, Dream Gun, Fidoni, Ghee, Guma, Midnight Oil, Zero. I've been thinking about opium ever since you said that guy started doing opium. I'm like, I don't know what opium is.
Yeah, I think about the opioid epidemic. But yeah, opium. And there's something else that's talked about a lot in books in this time period that has something that I had never heard of before. And I had a hard time researching it. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't remember now. I don't remember. It's left my brain already.
Oh, well.
Fuck.
Oh, well.
Yeah, apparently opium dens were a big thing at this time. Like, I think we're in like late 1800s, I think.
So, and I remember in Samurai X, I think there were some episodes that revolved around opium dens, and the way that it was played off over here was that they were tobacco dens or something like that. Like people just went in there to
like
smoke.
hookah bars.
Something like that.
That's what I think about when I think about an opium den, a hookah bar.
And people just were addicted to tobacco instead of opium. And then a samurai comes in and kills them all.
Well, that's lovely.
Yeah. I don't remember Samurai X that well. It was good though.
I'm glad.
Anyways, tell me more about Auntie Gemma.
Auntie Gemma.
Yeah. Just slang for opium.
Yeah, this one was just really disappointing. Like, and I also remember just being head over heels in love with the male protagonist, and I don't see it anymore. I'm like, how did I have enough to grow a crush on this guy when like there's no substance to him at all right now? Maybe there's all the substance in the Sweet Far thing, and we just got to get there sometime at the end of the year. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm questioning everything after this one.
Okay, so none of the weird mom is warlock or whatever stuff happened.
No, it's literally all them going home for Christmas break and them literally ball hopping the whole fucking time until the end when the big bad is revealed.
What's the point of this book?
Exactly.
It is a middle book. Like it is. Middle books are the worst book. Like I have the same thing with like, okay, this is gonna be something. But New Moon in the Twilight series, I loathe it. It is hot trash to me. I can't.
Isn't that the
it.
one where he goes to the Volturi?
Yeah, and like she spends a whole time in this depressive state, trying to do all of this stuff to get Edward's attention, and it's so bad.
Aren't there like whole blank chapters of where she was depressed?
Yes.
Yeah,
like just
I thought I remembered that.
Yeah.
Yes, of just blank pages because she was so sad with him being gone to sacrifice himself to the fancy Italian vampires by walking into the sun.
Yes,
in the middle of the square.
The white pages of the book.
What? Why are you laughing?
Did you say that she literally left a bunch of
there's literally blank pages representing her depression of all the months where she didn't have a life because Edward was gone. Because high schoolers are the most dramatic people in the world.
Oh yeah.
That's so good.
But man, we ate that shit up.
Yeah.
We ate that shit up so hard.
I loved Edward.
So hard.
I was like, yes, shiny vampire, love. Now I'm like,
I thought he was so beautiful, and now I look at those, I'm just like, man, I needed to have my head examined. It looks so bad. So bad.
The vampires?
Yeah, everything about those movies is terrible. Everything.
Oh god. I still can't get over how the Vulturi, is that the name for them? Vultures in Italian?
I don't remember.
No?
My favorite line is like you name my baby after the Loch Ness monster.
My favorite is the TikTok video that person did with that crazy face effect on that scene, and they're like bulging eyes and stuff. I don't remember exactly, but that was fun. Are you looking up vulture in Italian?
Yeah, I'm going into Google Translate to tell me what Vulturi
is in English.
It's Vulturi, and it says that it is Portuguese.
Huh.
And in English is Vulturi.
It's just a name. It just sounds
stupid.
Like vulture.
It's just vulture.
Well, I mean, Stephanie Meyer is not the most creative person in the world. Let's be real.
Her vampire sparkle.
Yeah. It's pretty sad. But I've learned the hard way in the last couple of weeks just how much my taste has changed since high school. I'm not going to go into too much detail because we're going to review this on the podcast. But I know Carmen said she was curious about how I'd feel about this book. I finished Postscript last night or the night before?
Last night.
Last night?
I made the comment in your stories, you're real, and I picked one, and it wasn't the one I thought, and I'm like,
yeah, so I read P.S. I Love You like right after the movie came out because I didn't know it was a book. And Jared Butler was like the hottest thing in the world, so we all had to go see P.S. I Love You and be horny for him at like 10 years old. I think I'm exaggerating on how old we were, but so I read the book and I loved it. I did not love Postscript.
That's going to be next week.
That will be next week. I'll tell you more then. But I immediately put the cover back on because I was reading a hardback, and I put it in my stack of books to be taken to the secondhand bookstore with my OG movie cover copy of P.S. I Love You, because I was like, I know that this book was written the exact same way, and I would not like it if I read it again right now. So they're going to the store.
Is it the cover with them like laying in the bed?
Yes.
That's the one I own.
Yes, those damn movie covers that I hate with a passion now.
Yes.
I was fine with it in high school. I didn't care about anything except
I can't
goth
stand when
boys.
they do that.
Oh, it's awful.
I'm like, I just like, especially when like the book doesn't become popular until after like the first 2 books or something.
Yes.
And then you try to get the next couple in the original look, and then they've changed it to movie versions. And I'm like, I hate you all.
And you have to like do a deep dive on the internet to find the OG covers and have it shipped from like the UK or something. It's so stupid.
Some Abe's books.
Uh-huh.
You know what's really stupid?
What?
When you nickname my baby after the Loch Ness monster.
Oh my god.
that has to be the greatest line in all of history.
Yeah. Those books were pure gold. Pure gold.
That line is amazing.
No, the best part of the whole series was when Jacob imprinted on an infant. That was the best part.
Yep.
That was the best part. And she immediately had to like backtrack and be like, it's just a protective big brother thing right now. It'll be romantic when she's older.
Is that a line?
She immediately explains that it's okay that he imprinted on an infant because he's going to be a protective big brother, and then they'll fall in love later. Yeah. She immediately explains it that way.
So basically, Jacob is Drake and the baby is Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh,
and
what?
Drake is grooming her for when she's legal.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Ew.
It is a thing.
She looks so much more grown up now, though. Excuse me.
Yeah,
but she's still really young, right?
She's 18.
Oh.
And she looks like she's our age.
Yeah, she looks way more mature. Way more, like alarmingly so.
Well, she also helped Godzilla kill King Ghidorah. So
she did. She did a good job.
So that will put some years on you.
I didn't know that this was a thing.
Yeah,
so he's being rapey.
He's been rapey with a lot of people.
At least he puts hot sauce on his sperm so he can't get them pregnant.
I forgot about that. I wish I still didn't remember.
Oh dear. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Oh, I can't.
Carries around a bottle of Frank's Red Hot. Is that for your chicken? No.
No, carries around some Wingstop mango habanero. Oh man, I want some so bad. God.
Okay, so what do you two rate the experience of reading this book? Because it doesn't sound good.
Okay, I still gave it 3 stars because I don't know, the big bang at the end is still pretty good. It's just that's the only thing that's good. But it's still better than some really terrible things that I've read.
What about you, Carmen?
I rated it a 2. Yeah, I was like,
that's fair.
It's just I skimmed it, so I'm automatically like it goes on my lower tiers. Yeah. And I already had like ranked, I think the first one of 4 or 3. So I think I was like, I can't, because the first one was definitely better than this one.
Way better.
It gets complicated.
Yeah, that first one sounded awesome, especially with all the child killing and shit.
Oh my god. So yeah, tune back in at the end of the year. You're really gonna love what happens to Kartik, because I remember that at least. It's super fun.
To who?
Kartik. He's the male, the guy. I wouldn't even call him a love interest at this point. He's just there.
I mean, he did choose Gemma, and I feel over like he was, you know, I don't.
Yeah, he chose her over the Rakshana, I guess.
Yeah.
So that says something.
But only after she found out that he was tasked to kill her.
Yes, there's still not enough tension there for me. I felt like there was more tension in the first book. I don't know. Maybe I was just living in a fantasy world in the first book.
Yeah, I was like, well, this one too. It's like nothing felt developed. Like, love wise. Even like she was like, "Oh, Simon," and I'm like, "Yeah, but still, no."
Like he literally just helped you at a train station. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyway,
so, this is games and stuff. For this week's game, we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby and the Forgotten Land was developed by HAL Laboratories and published by Nintendo, and it was released on March 25th, 2022 for the Nintendo Switch. It is a platforming game, and it's basically just Kirby's best game ever.
Really? After you complained so much just seeing the trailers or whatever for this game, you think it's the best Kirby game ever?
It's probably the best Kirby game ever.
Okay.
I was horrified.
Horrified. Were you as horrified as you were by the sex toy?
The sex toy was very funny. But I was horrified by Mouthful Mode. Watching Kirby suck up an entire car and just drive it with his little feet dangling in the back and his arms going like this in circles.
So weird.
That shit is horrifying. It is pure nightmare fuel. So, Carmen, tell me about this game. Where do you want to start?
Oh, goodness. I loved it and hated it at the same time.
I can see that, because there were some parts where I absolutely fucking hated this game.
Oh my gosh. They're like, okay, so I'm going to be honest. I don't play a lot of Kirby games, so I don't really have anything to base this off as the original Kirby franchise.
Okay.
But I really did enjoy this game. I'm a perfectionist, so of course, like every level I played, I was like, okay, 100%. I was like, I gotta get all the DDs, gotta beat these bosses without taking any damage. And my husband played co-op with me, and I thought co-op didn't really bring anything to the table.
Co-op is more like I'm playing with my child mode.
Yeah, that's very true. Which I'm probably a little harsh on it, because my toddler could have played with me.
Oh.
He could have, and he would have had a great time.
He would have loved eating those cars.
It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting.
But I mean, I see something like that, and I think that was made for kids. Like, it's definitely something a kid would appreciate more than an adult who likes Kirby.
That's weird. A 31-year-old man who likes Kirby. It's a little. Kirby is canonically under 2 feet tall.
Oh,
He's a pink little puffball with big eyes, and he says "Pollo" all the time. And I absolutely love him. He is adorable. I hated the Waddle Dee thing. Like, I don't mind the collectibles and whatnot, but I hated that when you start the level, you don't know what you have to do to get them. And then when you finish the level, if you haven't gotten all of them, then only one of them unlocks and tells you exactly how to get it. And then again, it doesn't tell you exactly how to get it, because one of them was stand on top of the rocket and admire the view. And I'm walking throughout the entire fucking stage trying to figure out exactly what rocket I need to stand on to unlock this Waddle Dee. Turns out there's a rocket at the entrance of the theme park right where you start the fucking level, and you just have to fly to the top of the rocket.
Oh
my goodness.
I played that whole level. I collected the duck that's right behind that rocket, turned it in, finished it, had one left, and it was be on top of the rocket. I'm like, cool. I walk in, I was like, that better not be the rocket. So I walked in, got on the rocket. It said, you got it. And I'm like, I have to finish this whole level because the rocket at the very beginning.
Yeah, but like right behind the rocket, there's like a little duck where you have to find a bunch of little ducks and bring them to them. And that's adorable because you have Kirby and there's like 5 little ducks running behind him. But you fucked up if you didn't get on top of the rocket.
Lame.
It's so annoying. There's like little things like that throughout the entire game that just annoy the fuck out of me. But all I did was, before I started the stage, I would look up exactly how to get the Waddle Dees and the special copy abilities and
That's
whatnot.
cheating.
And then I would do it. I don't want to replay a stage of Kirby 5 times because I didn't find the fucking Waddle Dees.
I mean, that's fair.
You replayed them?
Oh,
yes,
no.
I replayed because I'm a perfectionist and I hate it. So every level I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And then I would restart. Like the car one, I was so angry at the end of driving. Hey, you got to beat this within 50 seconds. I kept getting like 51. Or no, it was the 20-second one. I kept getting 20.5. And I'm like, I hate you all. Rage.
Know which one you mean? This is the one that you just have to jump straight through the middle of the whole fucking track to make it in like 10 seconds. That's so annoying. It's like, how the fuck do I do this? I avoided every enemy, every crate. I jumped every corner, and then I look up the video, and the dude's just like basically just jumping from one side of the track to the other. I'm like, fuck, dude. This fucking game, it's fucking vicious sometimes.
Yep. And then it's like there was one level that I was doing, and it was one where you go in and you fight the mini bosses. Then the next area is the mini boss, and then it's like the whole level is just you fighting the tiny bosses, and it was really fun. And I realized one of the things I was missing was finding the maximum tomato.
The maximum tomato?
Yeah, and I was like, where the heck is this tomato? I probably played it 5 or 6 times. I was like, okay, I have to Google this. And I Google it, and it's right at the very beginning, and it's an interest you can't see, and I would have never found that stinking tomato if I hadn't cheated. I was so angry.
Yeah, it's like right to the left when you start the stage.
Yeah,
that's lame.
Yeah, and then there was another one in one of the stages where after you're done with the platforming, before you go through the door, there's a little door, and the door is covered up by grass, and you can't see it.
Yeah,
and I walked by it. I walked by it like 4 times, and then I looked up a video, and I'm like, oh, that's what you fucking have to do.
Yeah, that was the 2 times I Googled, was that because they're like, it's behind the bunnies in the tall grass. I'm like, oh.
But okay, so we're just talking shit about the game, just saying how fucking annoying it is, because it really does get
after you both
annoying.
Literally said you loved it.
I absolutely
like, I fucking hate everything.
Okay, so here's one last thing that I absolutely fucking hated that drove me ape shit. So okay, so you know that in the game you can buy shit. You can buy figurines, you can buy items, you can buy power-ups and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Each one you have to buy them one at a time. You can't do multiple at a time. So you have to talk to the Waddle Dee, scroll over to the item, buy it, confirm that you're buying it, use it, talk to him again, scroll again, buy it again, confirm it again, use it, so that you can get like the stacked on amounts of that item. The one that I kept using was I used the defense one because it gives you basically an extra health bar, and the attack one because it makes it so that your attack is double damage for like 999 seconds. I wish you could have been able to just buy all of them in one go and then just use all of them in one go. That really pissed me off because I feel like I wasted a lot of time just buying items in this game. Did you ever get to that part before?
I did not buy a single item.
Really?
Yeah, I never went to the item store. I fished. I loved fishing. That was fun.
Oh,
and I did the
adorable.
tilty game, but I never bought an item.
The tilting game, I found the second one way harder than the third for some reason. But I had to do them because I wanted all the figurines, which I never ended up getting because I ran out of money before I could buy all the last figurines.
Right.
So in the game, there's obviously the Kirby power-ups where you suck up an enemy and you can take his abilities and whatnot. But this game is special because there's also the upgrades for all of the abilities. There's 12 abilities, which really isn't a lot, but you can pretty much grow them up to level 3, and I think a couple of them go up to level 4. And I thought that this was really, really cool, especially since in this game they give Kirby a straight up gun for him to shoot people with.
Oh, that cracked me up.
Kirby has a gun.
Kirby's got a gun.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool.
I mean, he shoots bad guys with it.
Okay, he shoots bad guys, that's fine.
And the Waddle Dees, if you shoot them in the town, they act like they died and they spin around and fall on the floor and they get back up.
What are Waddle Dees?
That little thing that I have over there, the
little red guy with the hat?
Yes.
Oh, that's a Waddle Dee?
That's a Waddle Dee.
It kind of looks like Kirby.
Yeah, they do look like Kirby. They look like Kirby and Donkey Kong had a baby.
No.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Yeah, they do. If you had a Kirby figure and you put him over there with your Donkey and Diddy, you would see what I see. That totally looks like Kirby and Donkey had a baby.
Whatever. So, Carmen, did you upgrade any of your items? What item was your favorite? What did you stuck with for most of the game?
Okay, so I love the ring power up. That was probably my favorite, the disc throwing.
Oh, the chakrams.
Yes. But I probably used the fire the most. But when I upgraded to 3, I was actually kind of disappointed because level 2 fire was fireballs and they were like shoot across. But when I upgraded to 3, which I was like, it's really cool because it's a dragon now, and you can do this cool sweep across as a dragon with wings out. But it took away the fireballing. Like it became one spray of purple flame.
Okay.
And I was a little sad because I enjoyed like the shooting
of the fireball.
Yeah.
I see. See, the cool thing that I found about the dragon one, apart from the wings, because that just looks awesome, just seeing like a giant fire dragon, purple fire dragon. The thing that I found cool is that stream, like you can just shoot it and just leave it, and it starts shrinking, but it shrinks very, very slowly. So for cheesing some of the bosses, it's just perfect. And that one, I think the fire builds up on that one and causes way more damage than the fire buildups on the other one. Let's see what else. There's my favorite one was probably the level 3 ice power.
Oh, it's the little bears, the little snowmen?
The one after that.
Oh yeah. The 4.
So the little bears is cute because you shoot like little bears just like go out and you leave little bears.
Little gummy bears?
Snow bears.
Oh.
They're like snowmen, but they're bears.
That's cute.
So the last one I used it a lot because it builds the freeze faster, and on top of that, if you hit the block button, you take no damage from anything.
I honestly didn't know there was a block button. Until I fought I think it was King DDD, and I fought him, and I got the award like do this fight without blocking. I'm like, you can block? Oops.
I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, and there's also a dodge too.
I was like, I know, because I was getting so frustrated because I would like get up in the air and then you like fly so slow. And I'm like, go faster, dodge this faster. And I learned there was a dodge.
Bless it.
Yeah.
Would come in handy.
So a lot of the boss fights that are like take no damage or whatever, I just took the ice power always. And even when I got the final power after you beat the final secret boss, I just still used the ice because I would take no damage at all. It just made me so happy. Oh, he just like shouts himself in like a giant shield of ice, and it's so cute.
So I kind of cheated on that because in co-op, if Will took damage, it didn't count against the not taking damage for me.
So you just send him.
Yeah, so I was like, go in there. Die for me.
Oh, dear.
Your queen commands it.
Oh, dear.
That's a good tactic. I didn't know that was possible. Because I didn't play a co-op at all because Karradyne doesn't play.
No, I'll get sick.
I think you would find Kirby cute.
It might make me sick, though.
It might not. I don't think it will. Now there's the challenge stages in which you get the rare stones for you to be able to upgrade your powers. I hated all of them.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually didn't play those. I made Will play them because I'm a rage monster. I will breathe fire if it doesn't happen in the first like 3 attempts.
I can't.
See, the thing is that those stages, once you finish them, you get a rare stone, which you can use, like I said, to upgrade your abilities. Thing is that they're time-based, and they have like the special time limit for you to get a bonus, and the bonus is like 100 coins or 50 coins or something stupid like that. So I was trying to do them all perfect, and then I got to the point, it's like, wait, nothing changes. It doesn't matter. So why the fuck am I trying to break my ass over this shit? Like, I'll just go whatever. If I finish with 1 second, I finish the fucking stage. That's it. I just want the rare stone. And some of those stages were just fucking merciless. The ones with the chakrams where you have to bounce them off and hit switches to then bounce them off some other shit.
Or they all at once, because if you miss one, they pop back up and you got to do it again. Yep.
Oh boy, the game is amazing. It's fantastic, but it is so infuriating. I don't know if it's that I'm old and I'm not used to playing simple platformers like this, but I just found it so bad. Now, did you finish the game?
I did not. Sorry.
Did you fight the boss after DDD?
No, I got to DDD and I started the desert location, but I did not finish. I was really struggling because I was like, I need to speed do this. But then I found out when I was speed doing it that I was raging at myself because I was like, I'm skipping so many DDDs. I don't like this. And then I was like, okay, I got to slow down.
All right, so after DDD, there's the desert. I think there's another one, and then you go to the final boss. After the final boss, there's a whole end game thing where you have, I think it's like 4 more stages, but they're amalgamations of each individual world. So you'll get like one whole stage that's a combination of the first world, of all the stages on the first world, and so on until the final one. And I think that is when the game shines the brightest. Those stages are so fucking fun. And they're challenging, but not infuriating, like finding all the Waddle Dees. So I would say take your time, keep playing. Once you get to that, you're not going to want to put it down because that shit was just like crack.
I'm definitely going to get there. I have to ask, what is your favorite item that Kirby sucks in?
The fuck. I was going to talk about that. The soda machine.
Oh, I love the soda machine.
A soda machine?
Yes. You suck up a soda machine and it gives you underneath a counter of how many cans of soda you have inside for you to shoot at enemies.
Oh my goodness.
And then you could like drink them.
Yeah, and if you get hit and you touch them, it reveals your health. And if you have your full health, they get added back into your ammo. It is so much fun. What about you, Carmen? What was your favorite?
Oh, I really enjoyed like sucking in the water and just being like the big
Yes.
globby Kirby. Like I felt like Flubber. I was like, I'm just gonna shoot all of this stuff. I think my other one would be, as much as I hated it and loved it, the light bulb. I love the facial expressions of Kirby when he's the light. He's just like so in pain. I was like, oh, but I love it.
Yeah, it's so great. See, apart from the horrifying look and aesthetic of Kirby going into mouthful mode, I think those parts are so much fun. Whenever you get the cone and you can use it to stomp into the ground, or the water, or the giant circle for you to shoot air out of, or the car. I love the car stages. To me, they were so much fun, just running over everything, just committing mass murder with a rusted ass car with a Kirby stretched over it. I think, to me, that's just so much fun, as horrifying as it is.
It's really weird.
It is. It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
The light bulb, that kind of stressed me out, because I wanted to see the path, and then I got hit by a ghost, and then I finished the stage and the check mark said, "Don't get hit by a ghost." Like, fuck, if only I would have not pressed the button.
We during that level, I didn't get hit by the ghost during the pathing. We were jumping up and going into a secret room, and I came out and I was walking and I went to jump through a gap and I didn't jump, and I landed just smack on top of one. And we got out, and I was like, okay, I will do this again, but I won't.
So annoying. That is so annoying. Let's see, what else do I have to cover about the game? There's the Waddle Dee town. So while you're playing the game and you're saving all these Waddle Dees, they start building a town in this world that they're at. And they build you a post office. They build you a store with a restaurant.
That's so cute.
They build you a coliseum for you to fight your enemies.
What?
Yeah, a general store, like mini game.
Worshippers.
No, they're regular citizens of Popstar, which is the planet where Kirby's at. And it's funny, because I found out through another podcast that the reason why you have to fight Waddle Dee sometimes is because King Dedede bribes them with food to attack Kirby.
What? Oh my gosh.
So they build like this whole town. They even put in a fishing pond and everything for you. It's so cute and adorable.
I've got to see this King Dedede.
King Dedede is a giant penguin with a hammer.
Yeah, he is. And he's got these red slanted eyes.
He's actually kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Well, not unless you fight him in that fucking feral form where he's dashing head first at you.
Oh dear.
That's what got me the first time that I fought him. The first time that he caused damage is because I didn't know that he was going to charge straight at me. Right. So I just stood there and took the hit. And then I finished the fight and it says, "Don't get hit." Like, fuck. I wish I would have known that.
My favorite boss was the cat circus.
Oh, Coraline.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that cracked me up. And I was like, oh, I got a shooter. Okay, cool. And like she's throwing her daggers at you and you're dodging. And I'm like, yes, this feels amazing.
Yeah, that is a good fight. Coraline, yeah.
She's freaky.
Well, she's a cat.
She's built like a brick shit house.
What? What?
Not a brick shit house, a brick house. Built like a brick house. Oops. I was looking at how large her hips are, and it made me think of shit for some reason. Oh, her like, she's insanely pear-shaped with a very large head.
She's voluptuous.
Yeah, she's a brick house.
There's a gorilla fight. That fight was pretty fun. This is like the first boss fight in the game. Yeah. Long ass claws.
Oh, it's great. He snatches you out the window.
Yes. Yes, he snatches you out the window. There's the fight with the giant palm tree. I really like that fight for some reason.
I did too. Like, well, there was definitely a learning curve with that one for me, because I was like, okay, I went in with the fire and he would put up like the fence post or like the goal. It looked like a soccer goal to me. and I'd get behind it and I'd shoot the roots. And then I stood there when he did one of his little cloud attacks. And I was like, oh yeah, this will protect me. Shot right through it. And I was just like, this doesn't protect me. I have to do this again.
Yeah. That is a very fun fight. That's kind of like a variation, because in every Kirby game you will fight a sort of version of Wispy Woods, which is just a fucking tree that throws shit at you. So that's this game's version of it. And I think that's the best realized version of this type of boss fight in any Kirby game so far that I played. Let's see. I don't want to spoil the rest of the game for you, because there's some very fun fights in the end. There's one fight that's literally a final boss from Resident Evil.
Ugh.
When you get to it, just please let us know. And
I can't wait. Like, a lot of it was like, I didn't mind beating the bosses and then having stages later that like kind of reuse them, but they were like, of course, the little tiny mini bosses in the level, which was really nice. I was like, I don't mind this at all, even though it's refreshing and reusing, it was done in a very good way. Yeah.
So did you get to go into the Coliseum?
No, because that's another thing that would trigger my rage. So my husband did it. In Meta Knight, I saw that.
That is a very good fight where you both get swords and you just slash at each other. That is a very good fight. And I also like how they're like, oh, he just kind of showed up and stood there and has been protecting the town since he showed up. And you just look at him, he's just standing there like Batman on top of a pillar.
I was like, this is hilarious, because it's like, you know, I haven't played any of the Kirby's before, but when I was playing this, I have played Super Smash Brothers. So I was like, I recognize this guy. I recognize this guy. All right, I'm familiar.
So I think I'm ready to go and give this a rating based on my experience of playing it. As much as I hated all of the shit that we just went through that I absolutely fucking hated about this game is a 9.5 out of 10.
What was the rating?
9.5 out of 10.
Yes. Okay.
What about you, Carmen?
I'm probably gonna give it an 8 for what I've played right now. Like, of course, I'm very, very likely to change it to be higher when I get to the post game, and it's amazing.
See, I kind of felt like that before I got into the post game. Like, I finished the final thing and I saw like all this thing, because it's like 15 to 20 minutes of like cutscenes and like explanations and shit before you can actually get to the post game. And I finished it. I'm like, yeah, this is a 7, maybe an 8. And then I got into the final and I'm like, oh shit, this is so much better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I have a feeling that it'll probably go up for you.
I definitely think so. I do enjoy it because I like games that are I like side things. I like to do tasks. I don't know. I'm weird. I like side questing more than I like main questing.
Yeah, that's why I've never finished Skyrim.
I love Skyrim.
400 hours and it's all just side quests. Yeah, when I had it on PS3, that's how much I had put into it, and I had not finished the main story.
That's like your whole life.
It's a lot of time.
I've never finished it either, and I have about the same amount of time.
Yeah. Has anybody ever really finished Skyrim?
No, I doubt it. I don't think there's somebody out there that's done everything. I mean,
like
maybe
our regular listeners reply and say that they don't love Skyrim. Maybe not.
For as old as it is, you could have beaten it because it's old, but it's still beautiful. Like, I'll play it, I'll sit down, I'm like, I don't remember where I am. Restart, and then I'll do I'll do a different like
a build.
I'll do a different, like, I'll do the assassins, or then I'll do the thieves, which I'm pretty sure I always do the thieves. I can't help it. I was like, I want to go and get the key just to unlock everything.
See, I mostly, whenever I start Skyrim, I just go straight for the companions, the people in is it Whiterun?
Whiterun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All because I just want to have the wolf powers and have Ayla in my party. That's it. Yes, you can turn into a werewolf.
Okay.
in Skyrim. And whenever you get those powers, people start telling you like, oh, do you have some long hairs coming out of your ears? It's because they start noting, and it's like, oh, why do you have a wolfish grin? Stuff like that. Yeah.
They do the same thing when you get the vampirism. It's like
I'd never played that DLC either.
It's so good. Like, you know, I also am really big into Fallouts. So I also have so many hours into Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll play this for days. I don't care. I'll
Same
be a
here.
hermit.
Like what pissed me off about Fallout 4 was that you have to do a whole bunch of shit in the main quest. Then you get the DLCs, and the final DLC is like, oh, become a raider, destroy everything you've built.
Oh dear.
That annoyed the fuck out of me. It's like, you know what? I'm not playing Fallout 4 ever again. And I have like 300 hours in it, and I never finished the DLCs because of that.
I was like, that's how I feel about Fable 2. I think it's maybe Fable 3. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's 2, where it's like you could kill your dog and save everybody, or you can kill everybody and save your dog. And I'm like,
yeah, save the dog.
I'm like, really? I got it.
Only 2 options.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I
See,
was like,
now that
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was like, my dog brings me condoms.
Oh God.
Was that really a thing?
He goes to the dig spots and could find like condoms or books or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
If she brought me books, that would be fine. But condoms.
Yeah, they'd be
weird.
dirty dog slobbered books.
I love Fables.
See, so now that I have an Xbox, we should do a Fable episode sometime.
Yes, please.
it.
I love
Do
Fable.
it. Yeah, he got an Xbox since the last episode. So
With Carmen, because I've had the Xbox for like 2 months.
not since last week.
It's funny. I bought it like 2 months ago, and I've turned it on like 3 times. Yeah.
Shit, that's crazy.
I need to get a HDMI splitter for the TV so I can have all the consoles hooked up at the same time.
One of those?
Yeah, and I lost the clicker. So I need one that automatically switches between whatever's on. Yeah.
They just need to make TVs now with like 1 million HDMI ports. I don't understand why there's still not more than like 3 typically. The stupidest thing ever.
The living room one has 3. Mine has 2.
Usually has 2?
Mhm.
Are you shitting me?
Mm-hmm.
What is
One for
life?
One for the Switch, one for the
The one
PlayStation.
in the bedroom only has 2, but it's also a super old TV that I got for free from my boss. When she was getting rid of her daughter's furniture.
It's about as old as Luna.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So let's wrap this up.
Okay.
So we did housekeeping.
That's at the beginning now.
Yep. So our art was done by Metamorphic A. And Carmen, plug your socials and stuff that you want people to follow you on.
Okay. I have an Instagram at pride_and_pages. Yep, that's it. I got that beautiful Instagram. It's a bookstagram.
You should post pictures of your blanket with buffalo sauce on it.
I should. I got a blanket for my birthday, and it's like the first quote of Pride and Prejudice. And within 15 minutes of having it, I spilled Hot Wing Street buffalo sauce on it. Yay,
Post
me.
it for all the internet to see.
All right. So Karradyne, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Carmen, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.